And grease testing the reach, spending breach that I made, putting pens to the sheets. Cause living better, doing more, the only end in the beats. Took a week to retreat from defending the breach. Cause living better, doing more, the only end in the beats. Took a week to retreat from defending the breach.
G'day, Glenn Morris here from the Smart Energy Lab, and today I'm at the PowerPlus factory in Melbourne with Shane Pollard, GM of PowerPlus.
Hey Glenn, thanks for visiting us and thank you for coming to see our new product. I've got to ask, have you heard of Whispr?
I'm listening, I've heard the name and I can't hear a thing.
Yeah.
And it is on.
It is on, it's definitely on, it's up and working. Look, thank you for, as I said, thank you for visiting PowerPlus Energy. Exciting times really for the whole industry. Cheaper battery rebate, a lot going on. And yeah, this is our new offering, the Whispr-7.
Now tell me, what are the key features of this unit?
So what we've got here is an all-in-one stackable unit. We've got 13.3 kilowatts of battery, 7 kilowatt inverter, built-in MPPTs, ready to go, on grid, and yeah, absolutely fantastic system.
I noticed it's got 3 MPPTs.
Does have 3 MPPTs, so yes. No, 2's never enough.
Nah. And one of my favourite features is this.
Yes, absolutely. Glenn, as you know, PowerPlus has been around along for the journey for over 8 years now. We've predominantly been off-grid, fringe-grid, and we like to think what we've learnt out there we can bring to the residential market, which support Australian engineered, Australian backed, Australian supported.
So it's a one-stop shop. This whole product is supported by PowerPlus.
This whole product's supported by PowerPlus, yes.
Right. Well, I'm excited and I'm looking forward to seeing these rolling out the door.
Absolutely. And one more thing, very easy to build. So maybe if you hang around, we'll pull one apart.
Why don't we do that?
Done. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks, Glenn.
See ya.
Hey. And grease testing the reach, spending breach that I made, putting pens to the sheets. Cause living better, doing more, the only end in the beats. Took a week to retreat from defending the breach. Cause living better, doing more, the only end in the beats. Took a week to retreat from defending the breach. Cause living better, doing more, the only end in the beats.
Check it out, the Whispr from PowerPlus. It's Whispr because it's whisper quiet, no moving parts, doesn't have a fan. What does that mean for you? Well, it means that this unit has got very little components that could possibly fail. Not just no fan, but actually there's no electrolytic capacitors inside. Now for those who are not tech gurus, what does that mean? Well, electrolytic capacitors are in every inverter, almost every inverter, not this one. Is that a bad thing? Actually, they replace them with film capacitors. Film capacitors don't age like electrolytics. And it's one of the reasons that most inverters have a 10-year warranty is because of the electrolytic capacitors will fail probably, having done a very useful 10-year life. But with film capacitors, even though the warranty's 10 years, it's going to last you a lot longer than that. So longevity, no moving parts. Also the capacity, 7 kilowatts. I mean, that's what people want, is a big inverter these days for their home. You know, 5 kilowatts just doesn't crunch the numbers. It's also got 7 kilowatts on the backup as well. So it can run a lot of your house. The battery stack here is 13.4 roughly kilowatt hours, which is ideal for most domestic installations. And best of all, this unit is so easy to install. We're going to pull it apart and have a look at how that happens. Let's go and check that out. Hey, so this is kind of the business end of the inverter. So the Whispr has some breakers on the side here. These are the AC breakers, so we've got for grid and for backup. Of course, they're IP67 sealed breaker covers, which is great, spring-loaded. But behind this cover here, if I lift it up and turn it up, we've got all the connections. So these are all the connections for things like your AC in, your backup. Also, if you've got other comms requirements, so we've got DRM connections. We've also got a connection for their meter. Now, check this out. This is basically a 1-pole wide single-phase meter, which is really great for those switchboards that always seem to be nearly full. And it's got a CT, so basically you're not running big cables through the meter. You're clipping the CT around the incoming supply to the installation. You're putting the 1-pole meter in, running a data cable with an RJ45 on the end and plugging it into this unit. So that's pretty cool. So everything here is screened from touch and also from being damaged. We've got our connections for 3 MPPTs. So they're rated at 3 kilowatts each, so you can overpower this unit. Overpowering is a really great idea with a hybrid inverter, something like this that's DC coupled. What do I mean by overpowering? Well, actually having more PV power than the inverter can convert. So if you have 9 kilowatts of solar on this unit, but it's a 7 kilowatt inverter, you might think, well, that's a bit of a waste. No, it's not, because it can do something a bit like singing and dancing at the same time. It can charge the batteries and invert and create AC power to supply your loads. So that extra PV input isn't going to waste. It's ensuring that you're supplying during the day your loads, but also, well, this is the other business side of the inverter. This is the battery isolator. So switching this breaker here turns off both the BMS and the battery positive and negative connectors. Now, why does it turn the BMS off as well? Well, there's a BMS in every battery module, and you don't want it wasting power running when you actually turn the batteries off. So that's a clever idea. And above this is the Wi-Fi dongle. I love the word dongle. This is going to be how you commission the unit. So using the RedX app, RedX Power app, you're basically scanning that QR code and it will walk you through the process of commissioning it. Piece of cake, eh? The thing I really love, I know I love a lot about this thing, is that little display there, the state of charge display. Because many customers, the thing they're most interested in is how much is in my tank? How much have I captured of my solar energy today? And with a glance, without getting out the app and logging in and all that, you can just have a look and see that your state of charge is 5 out of 5. Woohoo! Yeah, that's a really simple and cool feature. We're going to next look at how these things are put together. Hey there, for those techies out there who want to know all the specs of this unit, you can just download the datasheet, but you know what? I've actually got it here. So let's have a little bit of a fireside chat. So the AC power, of course, it's a single phase unit, so suitable for Australian conditions and New Zealand as well. It's got a wide frequency range. Well, you don't really need that because the grid is very stable in both countries. It's got a switching time from on-grid to backup of less than 20 milliseconds. Now, what does that mean? Well, you probably won't even see a light flick, but you can't call it true UPS. So if you've got delicate equipment that needs backing up, you probably still need one of those little cheap UPS units, but this is more or less a no-break solution. The grid goes off, your lights are still on, you wouldn't even notice. It's probably worth checking though, so I generally recommend that you don't put the whole house on backup. Even though this is a 7 kilowatt inverter, many homes can draw way more than 7 kilowatts. So be selective on what you choose to back up. I'd say the essentials, of course. You probably want your things like your fridge, your internet, your lights to work, and some selected power points as well. That also means when there is a grid outage, you're going to get the most benefit from your stored backup battery. It'll last you a long time. Speaking of the battery, it's a 13.37 kilowatt hour capacity. So with the 4 modules here, it's got a usable capacity of 100%. So that 13.37 kilowatt hours is all usable, no imaginary numbers. And it's got a maximum depth of discharge of 95% recommended. That gives you the best bang for your buck in terms of longevity and performance of the unit. The battery voltage inside here is nominal 400 volts. So these are 100 volt batteries which are stackable, so 100, 200, 300, 400. That means this is a very high efficiency inverter. It's something like 99% efficient on the DC side, so that's pretty amazing. The AC output, it can put through up to 30 amps to the backup circuit. So when the grid's available, you're getting basically a 30 amp supply to your backup, which is great. And let's look at the PV. Now the PV, as you probably saw from the detailed view of that unit, it's got 3 MPPTs, which is great because you can put them in facing all different directions, different number of panels. You might have, 6, 7, and 8 panels in strings, and you can just place them all one direction or 3 directions, doesn't matter. That's the beauty. So the MPPT range is from 120 to 500 volts. So 120, you'll get there pretty quickly. 3 or 4 panels would be sufficient, but I always recommend go hard, go up or go home in terms of capacity, because you want to really get the most benefit from your renewable energy that you can store in these batteries. What else? So the weight of the unit, the individual cells are 43 kilograms, each of these. That's an easy two-person lift. So no massive monoblock weighing 100 plus kilos like some brands. This is 43 kilos is the heaviest unit you're going to be lifting. The total weight is 174 kilos, so you probably don't want to put it on a flimsy floor. It has got a plinth and is designed to be mounted on a sturdy floor. The cooling system, as I mentioned earlier, there's no fans. It's naturally cooled. So the heatsink at the back is the primary means of maintaining the thermal safe range of this unit. But it's still a good idea not to not to install it in direct sunlight. Basically, electronics like to run at nice temperatures. So keeping it out of direct sunlight means it won't thermally derate. It also will look after the life of these batteries. So yeah, protect them from direct sunlight as much as possible. What else can I tell you? The environmental conditions, minus 20 to 55 degrees. So yeah, they can withstand some pretty high temperatures, but don't try and design it around those high temperatures. Try and avoid them as much as possible. The safety standards, of course, it's got 4777 Part 2, and it's also got CSIP AUS compliance. Now, what does that mean? So they've partnered with Catch Power, and Catch Power provide an avenue for this unit to be integrated with dynamic export control systems, such as in South Australia with their flexible exports, in Victoria with their backstop, and Queensland with their dynamic export control. No doubt New South Wales will be following along pretty soon too. It's really all about the Grid 2.0, being able to manage a high penetration of rooftop solar and still have a stable grid. So this unit is ready for that. It's compatible with Catch Power's wonderful Catch solar relay. What else can I tell you? The warranty is a 5+5 year warranty. So like I said, because this inverter has got no electrolytic capacitors, it's not going to wear out as quick as some. Even though a 10-year warranty sounds a long time, you'll probably be still using this years after that. But there you go. That's a pretty awesome outcome. And it is VPP ready, so virtual power plant ready. Why is that important? Well, it's another avenue for getting financial benefit from your battery and solar storage. It means that depending on the retailers that you choose or off VPP plans, your system can actually earn you a lot more by exporting or even storing energy. Yeah, you can be paid to charge your batteries. That's one of the beauties of VPP. It's all about providing services to the grid that you get extra value from. And for those who are familiar with the recently announced battery booster program, what's it called now? Home battery, whatever. It's the federal battery scheme. It allows you to use this unit because it is VPP ready. It's one of the conditions for the home battery program. So there you go. Those are some of the vitals off the data sheet. If you want to get the full details, link in the description. We'll just go to PowerPlus Energy's website and they'll have it there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check it.
In Greece, testing the breach, spending breach that I made, putting pens to the sheets. Cause living better, doing more, the only ending the beats. Took a week to retreat from defending the breach. Cause living better, doing more, the only ending the beats. Took a week to retreat from defending the breach. Cause living better, doing more, the only